Good day everyone. I am Benbads A. Timan, the second reporter of this module, which is the module 15 entitled Peace Building at the Grassroots. So my assigned topic is the continuation of Mr. Tervilla's report, which is he discussed the introduction and question number 2. So in introduction, I think he mentioned that there are 4 questions, which is mine is question number 2 and question number 3, while the question number 4 is will be discussed by our one group mates, which is Mr. Vilca. So I hope papanoorin nyo ang video na to upang magkaroon kayo ng kahit konting kaalaman patungkol sa history ng ibang lugar dito sa Pilipinas at upang magkaroon din kayo ng awareness. So let's proceed. So this is the question number 2. So what did Comultiversity, a Davao-based NGO operating in Maguindanao, Sultan Kudarat, and Lanao del Sur accomplish? So ang question nito is focus nito is ano nga ba yung na-accomplish ng itong Comultiversity at ang Davao-based NGO during operating sa nasabing mga lugar or ang Maguindanao, Sultan Kudarat, at ang Lanao del Sur. So before we proceed, magbibigay muna ako ng konting kaalaman tungkol sa Comultiversity at saka sa Davao-based or the NGO. So ang Comultiversity is according sa aking nakalap is learning center of community organizers, which is dito din na si NGO naman is dito din siya napaloob kay Comultiversity, which is it means na si NGO is NGO stands for non-government organization. So si NGO is composed of people na hindi sila under sa government. It's because from the word non-government organization. So hindi sila covered ng isang government. Ito yung mga tao na normal people na nakatira sa rural and urban areas ng matagal na. So let's proceed. So Comultiversity was an NGO put together. So gaya ng sinabi ko, isa lang ito sila. In 1998 by people who had 20 years of experience in rural and urban organizing. So gaya din sinabi ko is yung mga members nito is yung mga tao na matagal lang nakatira sa rural or urban areas. But its affair of peace process among the Muslims was a fairly recent one. Although in the 1980s it started in Intenseb. So, co-trainings program in Kibawi and Bukidnon with people like Tinky Soliman, Cecil Santos, and Phyllis Bangsao at its helm. So now this organization is hindi man siya gaanong itong Comultiversity. Siguro yung NGO is parang narinig natin yan sa mga local areas or mga local is because it is a local organization. Pero itong Comultiversity is parang hindi masyadong dinig. Pero Comultiversity is this organization is hindi ito basta-basta kasi doon pa man is nasabi doon sa libro na mayroon na ito silang national office doon sa Manila at saka sa Davao City. So parang hindi ito basta-basta na organization. So and then aside from that, so it stated vision was the realization of empowered sustainable communities engaged in civil societies initiatives toward peace and social transformation. So isa din dito or ang vision ng organization na ito or ang Comultiversity, which is nandito na rin si NGO, nakapaloob din dito sa NGO. So ang vision nila was the realization of empowered sustainable communities engaged in civil society initiatives toward peace and social transformation. So hindi lang sila nag-focus sa peace, right? So but also the social transformation. So parang first slide pa lamang is parang magkakaroon na tayo ng clue kung ano nga ba yung kasagutan sa tanong na ito, because na-mention na dito si peace at saka si social transformation. So parang doon pa lamang is malalaman na natin na kung ano ba tong purpose ni Comultiversity sa isang lugar. So before we proceed, so according to the book or nabasa ko dun sa book is nasimulan ito noong 1999 through the series of seminars and dahil sa sponsored ng United Nations Development Program or the UNDP. So next is it was followed by its pilot project on the job training for 6 months of 4 community organizers to Muslims and to non-Muslims in Barangay Kuwa in Bagumbayan, Sultan Kudarat. So after that nasundan ito ng isa pang project which is ang on the job training sa loob ng 6 months. And mga participant nito is ang 4 community organizer which is mayroon silang 2 Muslim and 2 non-Muslims participants each communities. Dito na-held sa or naganap yun sa Barangay Goa in Bagumbayan, Sultan Kudarat. So so not only implementing the on the job training but also each month Co-Multiversity convened a reflection evaluation session in Davao with other PDAs attending. So during the 6 months period from November 2001 to April 2002, LGU or the local government unit and CSO civil society organization participants went on exposure learning trips to existence zone of peace in Maguindanao and Lanao del Sur from their concrete experience in stimulating and managing a community-based process. So naki-participate na rin ang other organization which is LGU and CSO. So let's proceed. Then the peace development advocates as a training participant were called, plugged into painstaking organizing work and facilitated peace building process on the assigned communities. So after that, after ng other project is napatupad naman sila ng or de-develop advocates through the facilitated peace building process sa mga assigned na communities nila which is sa Barangay Bayangan Norte, doon sa Matanog, then Baruraw which is matagpuan sa Balabagan, sa Duguan is doon matagpuan sa Kapatagan, sa Makir is sa Datuod din Sinsuat, and then in their expansion areas in Barangay Mataya, sa Buldon, and Barangay Kagarawan, and Barangay Tugayd sa Barera. So these communities except for Makir in Datuod din Sinsuat were located mostly around in near Camp Abubakar. So except sa Makir in Datuodin, itong mga nabanggit na barangay na ito or lugar na ito is matatagpuan sa Camp Abubakar and were badly devastated during the all-out war. So isa ito sila sa devastated during sa all-out war or sa large-scale fighting na nangyari sa nasabing lugar which is sa Maguindanao, Sultan Kudarat, and sa Lanao del Norte. So next, on 21 October 2003, 70 community peace advocates from 7 areas of Balabagan and Kapatagan in Lanao Sur, Matanog, Bulgon, Barira, and Datuod din Sinsuat in Maguindanao, and Bagumbayan in Sultan Kudarat come together at the NDFAI, Philippine-Japan Learning Resources Center in Crislamville Subdivision, Cotabato City, to form an alliance in order to intensify the peace initiatives that they had so far pursued together through Community Declaration Peace Zone. So dumaan ang ilang buwan, baga dumami yung mga action na ginawa nila upang maitupad talaga yung vision nila which is ang magkaroon ng peace at saka ng social transformation. So aside sa mga nabanggit ko kanina which is nabasa ko rin sa libro is on March and June 2003 is nagkaroon din sila ng activity which is nagpulong-pulong sila about the reaction to the outbreak of large-scale fighting between the APP and the MILF. So nagkaroon sila ng pulong-pulong or meeting upang bigyan ng reaction or bigyan ng tuon ang large-scale fighting na to between the EPP and the MILF noong unang panahon or noong 20th century. So aside from that, they are also nagpatawag din sila ng ceasefire between sa dalawang grupo, which is the Christian and the Muslims, upang magkaroon ng peace talk. So sila na yung naghahanap ng rason para magkaroon ng peace ang dalawang panig. So parang ang laki ng maitutulong nila yung organization na to, yung Co-Multiversity or the Community Organization Multiversity. Then hindi lang yun, nagkaroon din sila ng Walk for Peace noong June 8, 2023. So imagine, di ba, parang ang laki talaga ng naiambag nila sa nasabing lugar or sa tatlong lugar na ito upang magkaroon ng peace or pagkakaisa. Then, aside from the usual organization tasks of formulating its vision, mission, and goals and plans, and the election of its officer, so aside sa vision nila and mission, then goals and mga plano nila, is the alliance also come up with a striking name for itself. So, pinangalanan nila yung grupo nila in Sindaw ko Kalilintad, or Flame of Peace, and its battle cry was Simbago Sigo Kalilintad, which means transformation towards peace and unity. Perhaps no formulation could have been better. In their own words, they used to live in a state of depression and positivity that the all-out of war of 2002 had brought them to. Now, they saw the light and felt a renewed energy to move forward. So, di ba, parang simple lang yung sagot doon, di ba? So, kung ano yung na-accomplish ng Co-Multiversity at saka ng Davao-based organization is yun yung magtatag sila ng peace, or yung vision nila na magkaroon ng peace ang nasabing lugar na sadyang, or a particular place na nagkaroon ng alitan or nagkaroon ng war, ng digmaan, diba? So tinutulungan nila yung lugar, or tinulungan nila yung nasabing lugar na nagkaroon ng hindi pagkunawaan at saka ng or ng war. So isa sila sa tumulong sa lugar, sa nasabing lugar. So now, proceed naman tayo sa question number 3. How did the Bual Peace Zone evolve from the ashes of more than 250 homes burned to the ground? So, paano nga ba na-involve ang Bual Peace Zone sa nasabing more than 250 houses na na-burn in the ground? So, before tayo mag-proceed is, ang Bual is ito ay isang barangay na matatagpuan sa Isulan, Sultan Kudarat. And then kalaunan is tinawag itong Peace Zone. So ano nga ba yung rason nito? So the Bual Peace Zone is in Isulan, so matatagpuan ito sa Isulan, Sultan Kudarat, was established in 1997. But how it became a peace zone in one story of the books? So na-establish ito on 1997. So para ito naging peace zone sa book story. So it was not clear who did it. So hindi pa klaro kung sino yung gumawa, kung bakit, or sino yung rason kung bakit nasunog yung 250 homes. A group of Ilonggos, or it's either a group of Ilonggos or a third party traceable, or a salage by some parties to the MNLF or MILF or the military-led Kafgus. So hindi pa masyadong klaro kung sino nga ba yung rason, yung mga Ilonggos ba, or yung mga third party traceable, or yung mga parties na nasangkot sa alitan, or sa mga alitan ng MNLF or MILF at saka ng military or mga Kafgu, or sa mga military forces. So a 1995 census placed the population of the area at 3,580, 60% of which were Maguindanao Muslims, 30% Christian settlers, mostly Ilocano and Ilonggos, and 2% indigenous Manobo. So nasabi sa libro na malaki talaga yung land ng Bual or Barangay Bual. Malaki talaga yung land. So according sa nabasa ko dun is nagtotal ang land ng Bual of 133,000 square meters. So di ba malapad? And then according to 1995 census, so is population of at the total area of 3,580. So meron itong population na 3,580. Ang 6%, 60% dito is ang mga Muslim, mga Maguindanao Muslim. Then 30% dito is Christian, and mostly dito is Ilocano and Ilonggo, and 2% indigenous Manubo. So makikita naman natin sa census noong 1995 is mas madami talaga yung Maguindanao Muslim sa nasabing lugar or sa Buwal, sa barangay Buwal na matagpuan sa Isulan, Sukat, Darat. Kaya sa mga Christians, mas marami yung Muslims, and then yung meron din mga indigenous Manubo. So Cotabato City-based NGO Katuntaya Foundation ay incorporated or KFI, headed by Gamuel Alim, so which in turn also sought the support of the Catholic Relief Services CRS, provided the needed support to the evacuees, consisting initially of food and other short term relief items. Eventually, more support was mobilized from global government units. So dahil sa nasunog, dahil sa naganap na sunog, which is more than 250 burning house, is marami yung mga tao na naapektahan doon. So isa na doon ang nagsuporta sa kanila or nagbigay sa kanila ng relief goods or mga nagsuporta sa kanilang daily needs every day, which is ang Cotabato City-based NGO, at saka ang sinuportaan naman ito ng Catholic Relief Services or the CRS. So ito sila ang nagsuporta sa mga taong nasunugan ng bahay. So next is organizing themselves into samahan ng nagkakaisang mamamayan ng Buwal or Association of the United People of Buwal. They produce a 9-point document to express their desire to inform Buwal into a zone of peace, or how they wish to relate to one another in peace and cooperation. So aside sa mga na-mention ko na organization or Cotabato NGO at saka yung CRS, is hindi lang pala nila sinuportaan yung mga naapektahan na mga tao na nasunugan ng bahay doon sa Buwal. Hindi lang nila sinuportaan ng foods at saka ng goods na makatulong sa mga buhay, araw-araw na pamumuhay nila, kundi gumawa din sila ng paraan upang magiging zone of peace ang Barangay Buwal, which is nag-produce sila ng 9-point of document upang ma-express nila yun na gusto nilang gawing zone of peace ang Barangay Buwal. So ano nga ba yung 9-point document na sinabi? So ito yon. So una is the use of peaceful means in settling conflicts. Then next naman is non-display of firearms. So siguro isa din ito sa causes, yung non-display of firearms. Dapat non-display of firearms because alam naman natin na kapag makikita natin ng isang tao or kapitbahay mo man o kahit sino na kapag nagdadala ito ng baril, mapa-public man ito o mapa-private, basta makikita mo na nagdalag baril, parang lalo na pag hindi government or hindi government employees, hindi sundalo, hindi police, di ba, parang matatakot talaga or magkukus yan ng conflict or hindi pagkaunawaan. Then reporting all cases of conflict to the barangay official for peaceful settlement. So of course, kapag may nangyaring hindi pagkaunawaan sa isang nasabing lugar o sa isang lugar o sa isang barangay, is dapat i-report yun sa barangay official upang matulungan sila na hindi ito lumala pa. Then letter D is promotion of peaceful coexistence among the people. Then joint effort against peace saboteurs. Then letter F is joint efforts toward helping improve the socio-economic life of the community. Then G is respect for each other culture. So alam naman natin na noon hanggang ngayon is iba-iba talaga tayo ng culture or iba-iba tayo ng paniniwala, diba? So irespeto na lang natin yung paniniwala ng isa't isa upang hindi na tayo magkagulo pa or hindi na tayo magkagulo pa, dahil isa yan sa rason kung bakit nagkakaroon ng conflict ang ang mga tao or nagkakaroon tayo ng conflict sa isang lugar. Letter H is establishment of a local organization that will serve as a venue to promote the common good. Then last naman is sustaining peace building activities. So itong siyam na to is ito yung dahilan din, ito yung malaking dahilan kung bakit naging peace zone of peace ang Barangay Buwal na ipinatatag ng mga organization na naka-assign upang suportaan or alalayan ang mga nasabing mga tao na naapektahan ng pagkasunog. So next naman is how successful were they in these 9 points? So gaano ba ka-successful itong siyam na point or these 9 points document? So fewer conflicts in the community, they said. Fewer conflicts in community, they said. So dahil dito is parang nagkulang or nagka-less or few na ang conflicts sa nasabing community or nasabing lugar sa Bual. And if there were any, the Peace and Order Committee handled the settlement process very well. So pero kung meron namang maganap ulit or meron namang mangyari ulit na hindi pagkunawaan, the Peace and Order Committee, ang Peace Order Community naman nila is kayang i-handle nila ito sa abot na mga kaya nila. Then non-display of firearms had largely been complied with. But most important perhaps was the deepening relationship between Muslim and Christian as shown in community activities. So yan talaga yung importante, diba? Hindi naman nakabase yun sa baril or kumbaga sa baril or sa mga sandata lang, which is doon talaga yun magdepende sa tao, right? Sa relationship ng tao, lalo na't hindi ito magkatulad ng pinaniniwalaan like Muslim and Christian. So dapat sila yung pagtuunan nila ng pansin, or yun yung ginawa naman nila. Yung mga tao talaga ang pinagtuunan nila ng pansin kasi yung tao ang siyang dahilan kung bakit nagka-conflict, hindi yung baril lang, di ba? Kung ilagay mo lang yung baril dyan is parang wala naman itong meaning. Pero kapag ginawa ka na yun ng tao, lalo na pag itunutok na sa'yo or itunutok na sa ibang tao, is parang dun na yung conflict na nangyari. So depende talaga yan sa relationship ng tao, di ba? Kung maganda yung pakikitungo mo sa iba, walang magaganap na conflict or alitan sa isang lugar. So asked what peace was to him. So according to Mustafa Muhammad, siya ay isang Muslim na nagsabi that it was being secured each day. So ang peace is na-secured daw each day. It did not means the absence of conflict, but hindi daw mawawala yung absent or hindi mawawala yung conflict. Present lang yan lagi sa conflict. But people were different because people were different from one another, and there would always be conflict. To, diba? So hindi naman tayo pare-parehas, hindi naman pare-parehas yung tao noon at saka ngayon. Kaya nandyan talaga si conflict, andun talaga yung misinterpretation, andun yung mga discrimination na nagaganap between the two groups, which is the Muslim and Christians. But they had the power to do. So they had the power to do na gawin yung tama at saka yung mali. So mayroon talaga, kaya yung tao talaga yung problema dyan, right? So dapat yung tao yung ayusin, yung tao yung dapat i-guide upang magkaroon ng peaceful o maiwasan ang conflict sa isang lugar. So kung gagawa ka ng masama, is babalik din sa iyo, di ba? Kung gagawa ka ng mabuti, is babalik din sa iyo. So kung lahat ng tao is gagawa ng mabuti, walang mangyayaring away o walang mangyayaring conflict sa nasabing lugar. So doon lang natatapos. At bago ko tapusin ang diskusyon na ito is gusto ko lang mag-iwan sa inyo ng katagaan na hindi mahalaga kung gaano kaikli, ang mahalaga ikaw ay nagkibahagi. Sana meron kayong natutunan sa diskusyong ito or sa topic na ito, which is ang module 15. Maraming salamat po sa pakikinig at sa panonood. God bless all.